Ladies and gentlemen, today we explore a topic that has captured global curiosity: India's reaction by foreigners. Around the world, India is not just seen as a country, but as an experience, a nation of color, culture, and contrasts. When foreigners visit India, they witness a land that vibrates with energy, diversity, and a deep sense of tradition. But what truly surprises them is not just the beauty of India, it's the spirit of the Indian people. Foreigners often say India changes the way they see the world. From the chaotic streets of Delhi to the peaceful ghats of Varanasi, from the modern skylines of Mumbai to the historical forts of Rajasthan, every corner tells a story of resilience, faith, and unity. They admire how Indians live with compassion, respect for elders, and a never-ending enthusiasm for festivals and celebrations. What amazes most foreigners is the balance India maintains. Ancient yet modern, spiritual yet scientific, traditional yet forward-thinking. They see Indians who embrace technology, education, and global progress while still holding strong to their roots. In their words, India is not just a destination, it's an emotion. It teaches patience, humility, and the art of finding happiness in simplicity. Many foreigners leave India with not only photos and souvenirs, but with memories and lessons that last a lifetime. So when we say India's reaction by foreigners, it's not just about their surprise or admiration. It's about their realization that India is not to be understood in a day, it's to be felt deeply. And once you feel India, you carry a piece of it in your heart forever. Thank you. India, when foreigners arrive in India, the very first thing that strikes them is the overwhelming diversity of the nation. Every few kilometers, they encounter a change in language, cuisine, attire, customs, and even architecture. Yet everything seems to flow together seamlessly. India, with its 1.4 billion people, speaks over 1,600 dialects and practices every major religion in the world. But what leaves foreigners speechless is the remarkable unity within this diversity. They often find it difficult to comprehend how such a vast country, with contrasting lifestyles and ideologies, can remain bound by one flag, one constitution, and one spirit, the spirit of India. Foreign visitors often share how they can walk through a bustling market in Delhi hearing Hindi, Urdu, and Punjabi all around, and a few days later find themselves in Chennai listening to Tamil conversations, yet feel the same warmth and energy. They witness Hindu temples standing next to mosques, churches, and gurudwaras, a powerful image of coexistence and mutual respect. For many foreigners, this unity is something extraordinary because, in many parts of the world, cultural differences often lead to division. But in India, diversity becomes a celebration, a living example of tolerance and acceptance. What fascinates them most is how Indians never lose their sense of belonging despite their differences. Whether it's during national festivals like Independence Day or moments of collective pride such as sports victories, the entire nation rises together as one. The foreign eye sees not just a population, but a civilization that has mastered the art of harmony through centuries of cultural evolution. They realize that India's diversity is not a challenge. It is its greatest strength, an unbroken thread connecting millions of hearts through shared values, collective pride, and a timeless sense of unity. One of the most heartwarming reactions foreigners have about India is their astonishment at the country's deep-rooted sense of hospitality. And the Indian belief of Atithi Devo Bhava, meaning the guest is God, is not just a phrase, it's a way of life. When visitors arrive, they are often surprised by how warmly they are welcomed, whether they are staying in a luxury hotel, a village home, or even just passing through a small town. As they travel through India, they can witness a 5,000-year-old temple standing proudly beside a glass skyscraper, or monks chanting ancient mantras, while young entrepreneurs discuss artificial intelligence in the same city. This coexistence of old and new surprises them, as very few countries have achieved such a balanced harmony between tradition and progress. They see India as a land that has mastered the art of evolution without losing identity. The wisdom of ancient texts like the Vedas and Upanishads still shapes the country's philosophy, while modern innovations in space technology, medicine, and digital development push India into a global leadership role. Foreigners often marvel at organizations like ISRO sending missions to the moon and Mars at a fraction of global costs, while at the same time, yoga and Ayurveda, practices rooted in India's ancient civilization, continue to heal and inspire millions worldwide. This dual image of India, both spiritual and scientific, traditional and technological, creates a sense of wonder for anyone trying to understand its essence. Foreign visitors are also intrigued by how everyday life in India reflects this balance. They might see a family performing a traditional morning prayer using oil lamps and incense, then later use advanced smartphones for online payments and communication. They notice how ancient art forms like classical dance, pottery, and weaving thrive alongside cutting-edge fashion and design industries. To foreigners, this demonstrates that India's progress does not come at the cost of its heritage. Rather, its heritage fuels the nation's modern spirit. The young generation respects their ancestors' wisdom while embracing innovation and global thinking. This blend of eras, where history breathes within the present, makes India stand out as a civilization that continues to grow, evolve, and inspire without ever forgetting its timeless foundations. Foreigners often describe India as a land that awakens the soul. What moves them most is not just the country's physical beauty or cultural richness, but its deep spiritual energy that seems to flow through every part of life. Whether they walk along the ghats of Varanasi at sunrise, listen to temple bells in Rishikesh, or watch monks meditate in Bodh Gaya, they feel a sense of peace and connection unlike anywhere else in the world. For many visitors, India becomes a journey inward, a place that teaches them to look beyond materialism and understand the meaning of life from a deeper, more reflective perspective. They are fascinated by how spirituality in India is not limited to religion or ritual, but as a way of living. It exists in the everyday actions of ordinary people. The way a vendor begins his day with a prayer, the way families offer food to guests before themselves, or how strangers help each other without expectation. Foreigners often say that in India, spirituality is visible in simplicity. People may not have much in terms of wealth, yet they radiate contentment, gratitude, and joy. This balance between faith and humility leaves a profound mark on their hearts. They begin to see that true happiness does not come from luxury, but from peace of mind and compassion. Foreigners also find themselves inspired by India's timeless philosophies, the teachings of Mahatma Gandhi, the meditative practices of yoga, and the compassionate messages of Buddha. They realize that India offers not just spiritual experiences, but practical wisdom for living a meaningful life. Many who come seeking adventure leave with a renewed sense of inner calm and clarity. The sight of pilgrims walking barefoot for miles, the chants echoing from temples, and the quiet power of meditation show them that India's strength lies not just in its diversity, but in its ability to nurture the spirit.